Hey everyone, so you want to learn how to solve inequalities? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to solve one-step inequalities and two-step inequalities. If you have no idea what inequalities are, then why don't you click on this link up here and I'm going to show you the basics of inequalities. On the other hand, if you know how to solve inequalities, but you want to do something a little bit more challenging, like graphing linear inequalities, then click on this link up here. Otherwise, keep watching this video and I'm going to show you how to solve inequalities. My name is Peter. Grab your calculator and let's get started. Let's start off today's video by understanding the objective, and the objective is to solve inequalities by adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. A real-life application of this is elevators have a maximum capacity of people that they can hold. You can solve inequalities to find the number of people that can be in an elevator. All of the inequalities that we're going to solve in this video are going to be categorized in one of these two groups: one-step inequalities, or they can be two-step inequalities. One-step inequalities require only one math operation to solve them. Two-step inequalities will require two math operations to solve them. Let's start off solving and graphing one-step inequalities using addition and subtraction. This is because addition and subtraction are a little bit easier than solving using division and multiplication. The first math problem is x minus 1 is greater than 6. Before we can graph this inequality, we need to solve it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this negative 1 over to the right side by adding plus 1. This negative 1 that's on the left side cancels out, and the only thing that remains with is x. The symbol here, the greater than sign, remains the same, and 6 plus 1 gives us 7. Now when we want to graph this, I need to first of all locate where 7 is, and I'm going to put a circle but not shade it, because here the sign is greater than. And then the next thing is I need to know whether the line is going to go to the left or to the right. Because the sign here is greater than, that means I want all the numbers that are to the right of 7. So I'm going to draw an arrow going towards the right. The second math problem is x plus 8 is greater than 18. So I need to move that 8 over to the right side so that I have x alone on the left side. When you move the 8 from the left side to the right side, that means you need to subtract it on the right side. So when you subtract 8 from the left side, the only thing that you remain with is x. The inequality stays the same, and 18 minus 8 is 10. So now when we want to graph it, we need to locate where 10 is on the number line, and then we're going to draw a circle and shade it. After shading the circle, we need to know whether the arrow is going to go to the left or to the right. In this case, it's going to go to the right because we want all the x values that are greater than 10. In the final problem, we have 11 is greater than 8 plus n. So in this case, we need to move that 8 over to the left side. This 8 here is positive, so we do the opposite, and that is subtract 8. So we're going to subtract 8, and on the right side, I'm going to remain with only n, and on the left side, I'm going to have 3. The inequality sign remains the same. So 3 is greater than n. On the number line, I'm going to identify where 3 is with a circle that's shaded, and from this inequality, I'm looking for all the values of n that are less than 3. 3 here is bigger than all the n values, so that arrow is going to go towards the left. So let's take a look at solving and graphing one-step inequalities using division or multiplication. One rule you have to keep in mind is you must change the inequality direction when you divide or multiply by a negative number. If you're interested in knowing the reason behind this, you can watch this video that I've linked up here. The first inequality says negative 3x is greater than 3. So before we can graph this inequality, we have to solve it. So because we're multiplying negative 3 times x, the opposite math operation is dividing. So when you divide both sides by negative 3, this negative 3 that's on the left side cancels out, and you're left with x. And because we're dividing by a negative number, we change the direction to less than negative 1. So I'm going to identify where negative 1 is on my number line. And then because the sign here says less than, I'm going to draw an arrow going to the left side because I want all the x values that are less than negative 1. In the second math problem, we are dividing. N divided by 3 is greater than 3. So if I want to solve this, I need to do the opposite math operation of division, which is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. That means the 3 on the left side cancels out, and I remain with n. And because I'm multiplying by a positive number, I don't need to change the sign. And n is going to be greater than 9. And I'm going to identify the location of 9 on my number line, put a circle because the sign here is only greater than. And then I'm going to draw an arrow going to the right side because I want all the x values greater than 9. In the final example here, I have negative 9 times x greater than negative 90. So I need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 9, and the negative 9 that's on the left side here cancels out, and I have x remaining, and I need to change the sign to less than or equal to positive 10. So I'm going to locate 10 on my number line, draw a circle and shade it, and then I'm going to draw my arrow going to the left side because I want all the x values that are less than or equal to 10. So let's solve and graph the following two-step inequalities using division and multiplication. Remember to keep in mind that if you must change the inequality direction when you divide or multiply by a negative number. So the first math problem is m divided by 3 minus 3 is less than or equal to negative 6. So the first thing we have to do is to move that negative 3 over to the right side. And because it's a negative, we're going to move it to the right side and make it a plus 3. So the only thing that's going to remain on the left side is m divided by 3. The sign remains the same, less than or equal to, and when you add negative 6 plus 3, you get negative 3. So the second step is going to be to multiply both sides by 3. So when you multiply both sides by 3, on the left side you're going to remain with m, and the sign remains the same because we're only multiplying by a positive number, and it's going to be less than negative 9. So on our number line, I'm going to look for negative 9 and put a circle and shade it, and then I'm going to draw the line to the left because I'm looking for all the m values that are less than or equal to negative 9. In the second math problem, I have negative b minus 2 is greater than 8. So the first thing I need to do is to move that negative 2 over to the right side. Because it's negative, I need to add 2, and the only thing that I'm going to remain with on the other side is negative b. The sign remains the same, greater than. 8 plus 2 is positive 10. So the second step is to divide by negative 1 because this b here must be positive. Whenever you're solving an inequality or an equation, the variable must be positive. So when you divide the right side by negative 1, on the other side you remain with a positive b, but you have to change the sign and then it becomes less than, and then you have negative 10. On the number line, I'm going to look for negative 10 and put a circle because the sign here is only less than. And then finally, I'm going to draw an arrow to the left side because that's where all the values of b are less than negative 10. Here's the pro tip. Whenever you're solving inequalities, remember if you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to change the direction of the inequality. And that's the pro tip. Now, after doing several of these exercises, knowing the differences between solving a one-step inequality, two-step inequality, here are some exercises for you to try on your own. Please keep in mind that you must change the inequality direction when you divide or multiply by a negative number. Try these 3 questions. The last question here, it's a little bit more challenging, but I'm sure you'll be able to do it. All of the answers for all these exercises can be found in the description box below. Good luck!